Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a little while since my last video, so I'll do a bit of an update and tell you what's going on. So let's start with this tank. As you can see, everything's kind of grown in nicely. No big changes. Hold on, there's some watermarks on the tank. Just like no. There we go. Oh, still there. Oh well. Yeah, nothing's really that different. Oh, it's not going to focus. Baddies are all still there. Everyone's fine. Some of the high grow, I don't know if you can see, some of the tips are going a little bit pink there. Hygrophila polysperma species tiger, all down here, is growing really nicely. And also, you can't see it up at the back there. I planted it around the back. I've probably said that a few times. It's growing really well around the back. Yeah, so everything's growing well in this tank. That Ludwigia is growing nicely there. See how red the undersides are. And the fish are fine. Just trying out some new food that I got a free sample of. But yeah, this tank is actually going to get broken down after Christmas. If you've not followed it yet, have a look at my tank journal over at aquascapes.info. I'm going to be breaking down all of my tanks, so this one and this one. This tank is going to be my high-tech planted tank. I'm not going to tell you what this tank's going to be, but it's not going to be a planted tank as such. It's all over at the forum, so check that out. And also, I'm going to be bringing back the fluval flora that's just under here. That's going to be a shrimp tank, specifically Sulawesi shrimp, hopefully. If you've not had a look at Sulawesi shrimp, have a look at them. There's some really beautiful shrimp out there. So the last thing I want to show you on this tank is the substrate. Okay guys, so there you go. It's kind of in focus now. Looks very much like fluorite, and that's because that's essentially what it is. It's volcanic rock dust. I did a whole video on setting this tank up, so have a look through my video archive. But it's very, very porous, so there's a lot of room for bacteria to colonise. So I think it's quite a good plant substrate. I mean, all my plants are growing pretty well. See, Pugastamen helferi used to be considered quite a hard plant to grow. It's not really considered hard anymore, but you can see that's sort of nice and lush, both sides there. Crypts, looking nice and healthy. This Vallis nana grows nicely in this. And as you can see, like the Ludwigia is growing nicely. Pink hygro, you know, it's all doing quite well. So I would recommend this substrate. It's very messy when you first set it up. This isn't really thick enough. If you look, sort of, here's my finger. So it's only a very thin layer, really. I could have done with another bag. It's only £5 for a 10 kilo bag, so it's good stuff. So I'll take you over to the other tank now. Okay, some interesting stuff going on. What we can see here is there's my dominant male sunset honey gourami. There's the female sunset honey gourami. I went to try and get 2 wild type female honey gouramis. However, pretty sure one of these is a male. Really like the mosquito rasbora. Really pleased with these fish. Yeah, so that's this tank. See, it's nice and it's pretty clean, pretty clear. Say it's only running that little internal filter there. I actually switched out filter media on that. I was running sponges, but I switched it out and I just put a load of gravel in there. This gravel that you can see on the base. So it's pretty much all biological filtration in there. Obviously some of it's going to get caught up, so there's a little bit of mechanical, but Yeah, and that's worked out really well because this had a really bad BGA problem, if you remember, and that seems to have been sorted. So, very pleased with that. That's the tanks. Go over to aquascapes.info and check out my little tank journal over there. There's going to be more progress after Christmas when I start breaking the tanks down. I'm going to do a step by step which will help you if you're planning on moving or have to move your tanks, just so you kind of know what direction to go in, because it is quite a daunting task for a lot of people. Just one last thing, I just want to show you the runners on this Valis Nana. It's down at the front here. It's pretty cool. That's how it spreads. It just sends out these little runners from the side, and it throws down new roots, new plant pops up. So when I move that over to this tank, when it's the high-tech tank, these are going to be running all along the back, I think, to give a nice kind of veil sort of at the back of the tank. Should look quite nice. This little plant just here, no idea what that is. I have a feeling it's one of the Crypt Nevillii, but that's just a guess. So we'll see what that turns into. It's been pretty small for a while now, but usually with crypts they seem to kind of bounce along for a little while and then suddenly they just take off. So there we go. It's been a long update, but I will see you again pretty soon. Yeah, I'll catch you later.
There must be some